Hi guys, welcome to another day. So where are my Ghanaian sisters? Come closer, take a seat, come closer. Today's video, I want to be, telling you girls the questions that you need to be asking that Nigerian guy that you're talking about marriage with. And that's because I've come across a number of Nigerian guys getting married to Ghana girls, or they're actually married, and this does not leave the fact that there are some that are still talking about marriage in future. So interracial marriage, it is what it is. And I just feel that as your Nigerian sister, I need to give you that expo about the questions that you need to be asking this guy before you say I do. So if you have a sister, you have a friend, you have a relative who is in a relationship with a Nigerian guy, yes, this video is for you. So guys, you're welcome back, and I said today's video is about the expo that I have for my Ghanaian sisters who are dating Nigerian guys and are talking about marriage. I want to give you guys this expo because it's interracial marriage. We're not talking about intertribal marriage here in Ghana. We're not talking about you marrying your fellow Ghanaian brother. We're talking about you leaving Ghana to Nigeria, to a country where the traditional views, the cultural beliefs, and everything is different from what you know here in Ghana. So before we talk about the cultural or the traditional views of life that you need answers to, let's talk about the health aspect of the guy. So irrespective of whether you're marrying a Ghanaian or a Nigerian guy or lady, you need to be sure that that person you're getting married to, health wise, the person is 100%. And just in case you do not know those questions to ask about his health, take a walk to the hospital and a doctor will give you a rundown of the questions that you need answers to concerning his health. Now, aside that, we're now talking about the cultural beliefs of a foreigner, or the traditional views of it as it may be. So you are getting married to a Nigerian guy. And before I go on, a lot of you actually think that most Nigerians are Igbo, Yoruba, or Hausa. I mean, those are the three big, tribes in Nigeria. But I want you to know that aside Igbo, Hausa, Yoruba, we have other tribes. So it means that that guy you are dating could be from any other tribe, aside these three. That means that he could be from any state in Nigeria. And Nigeria has about 36 states, including our federal capital, which makes it 37. So he could be from any of these states in Nigeria. That means you need to ask him which of these 36, including the federal capital 37, are you from? I need to know the state you're from, even though at the moment it might not matter, but it does matter. So when you're done knowing the state he's from, you need to know the local government in that state that he's from. So ideally, each state in Nigeria could, on the average, could have a minimum of 18 to 20 local governments, and some have much more than that. So where is he from? What local government is he from? To give you a better understanding of what I'm saying, so I am from Benue State in Nigeria, and in Benue State I am from Otukpo local government. Okay, and Benue has several other local governments in Benue State, and in that Otukpo local government that I am from, I am an Idoma lady. So that guy, you need to know what state he's from, what local government he's from, and what is his tribe or what is his language in that state, because a state can have several languages. Remember, Nigeria has about 400 and something tribes, if I'm not mistaken. So what is his language? What is the language that he speaks in that state that he's from? So we've talked about the state, we've talked about the local government and his tribe. What is the name of his village in that local government he's from? So once again, I am from Atoka in Otukpo local government. So what is the name of his village? Remember that there are several villages in that local government that he's from. So which one is he from? Okay, So when you're done with his local government, the next, sorry, his village in that local government, the next question that you need answers to is, what is his family clan, their name? So if somebody were going to look for me in my own state, they've been able to figure my state, my local government, my village. So when they get to my village, I mean, of course, he knows my name or she knows my surname. So they want to ask, where is Obinji from in this, local, in this village? What is my family clan, our name? Because when you know his clan's name, then you will be able to know which of the families he's from. You get what I'm saying, ladies? You need to know his identity to make sure that whoever it is that you are associating with, he does have an identity from wherever it is that he is, coming from. So now that we are done with the identity aspect, let's move over to cultural or traditional beliefs. I want to believe that in Ghana here, most regions or tribes have cultural practices that they adhere to, and that is same way most tribes in Nigeria do have cultural or traditional practices that they adhere to. So you'd want to know, is your village, is your tribe, is your clan known for any traditional or cultural beliefs that they are adhering to? Anyone that you need answers to, because you don't want a situation whereby you get married to this guy without knowing that they are they practice this kind of belief. Then when you're there, you're being forced to do something that you don't want to do, and at that point in time maybe you already have kids for this guy in question. So you need to know if there are traditional worships or beliefs or practices that his family or his state is known for. Another thing you want to know is his family adhering strictly to those beliefs, to those practices? Are they staunch followers of deities and all of that? You'd want to know if they are or they aren't, and if they're not doing it, are they under other affiliations that they are associated with? You'd want to know. So now that we are done with the traditional beliefs and all of that, one other question that you would want to know is his family open to interracial marriage? I know a lot of people say, oh, it doesn't matter because we are in the 21st century, it's 2024. So that it's 2024, but record has it that some families are still invested in the marriage of their sons, in their brothers. So you want to know if this guy in question you're marrying, he has families like that. And I know that most times he might give you a positive answer. He might tell you what you want to hear, that no, his family are not intrusive, they are not concerned about all of that. So that the only way you are going to have answers to this question is you taking a trip to Nigeria. It's needed because now we're talking about marriage. You would have to go and have a one-on-one personal relationship with his parents if they are still alive, with his siblings. And I know that at that point in time, a good number of them can pretend to welcome you, although some would blatantly let you know they are not interested in all of that. But it is time for you to shine your eyes. By shining your eyes, you are going to get the answers that you are, looking for. That way you will know if true you have found a family in Nigeria. So another thing you need to ask is, traditional dishes and all of that. You see, of course, you are getting married to a Nigerian. The food we eat in Nigeria is quite different from the food that is eaten here in Ghana. Although it's the same, raw food, but preparation and all of that differs. So you might just want to know it because you might want to be preparing it, or you just want to know it for the sake of knowing. And that takes me to the next question that you need to ask. So you've met the guy in Ghana, yeah? He's living here in Ghana for the time being. Are there plans of him relocating back to Nigeria? And that I'm asking this question because I know a couple of Nigerian guys that got married to Ghana girls, lived here for 5, 6, 7 years, raised their kids here in Ghana, and one day this guy says, I'm going back to Nigeria. The girl is left in a state of confusion because all along she was thinking that it's a Ghana thing because you are here, and he's saying, I'm going back to Nigeria. And because she's probably never been to Nigeria before, she's confused, she doesn't know where she's going to start, and she can't leave the kids with him in Nigeria. So against her wish, she has to go to Nigeria with him. So you need to ask those questions. At any point in time, are you going to return back to Nigeria? You want to be prepared if you are going to go ahead with him in the marriage. And if he says yes, you know whether or whether you should go ahead with the marriage. So you need that question answered. And another question that has to follow with him going back to Nigeria: is it expected of me to be able to learn or to speak your local language? Now, we're not talking about English, we're not talking about pidgin English, we're talking about his indigenous language. Because you are here, an adult, going to Nigeria, and you're wondering, where am I going to start learning? Is it Igbo? Is it Hausa? Is it Idoma? Is it Efik? Is it Yoruba? Or whatever it is that he's speaking? Is it mandatory? I know it's not mandatory for you to learn the language, but who knows? So you want to know, if peradventure you up and say you're going back to Nigeria and I have to go with you and the kids, must I learn the language? And must I go and join women group? Is it compulsory? Because you are here saying I can't speak the language, so how am I going to be able to interact when I go back to Nigeria and join women group? You need to know, are these things compulsory, or are they things that you can just ignore them and continue living your life with this guy in Nigeria? So girlfriends, there are so many questions that you need to ask when you are talking about interracial marriage. And I'm not saying that if it's marriage between you and your Ghanaian brother or intertribal marriage here in Ghana, you are not going to ask questions. Of course, you need to ask questions when you are, talking about starting life with somebody. But we're talking about interracial marriage. We're talking about you leaving Ghana to Nigeria, to go to a country where you know nothing next to it. Forget about what you read online. Forget about the films that you watch. Those films don't give you a true picture of what it is, being in Nigeria. Those films, those stories don't give you the in-depth, knowledge of the true picture of somebody's tribe or somebody's culture or somebody's way of living. Those are just, I want to use exaggerated, points. So you need answers. And I'm sorry this video cannot give you all the questions that you need to ask. That is where you, as an individual, you need to do your research about the things that are of importance to you, the things that might bother you in the long run. To just take a moment and sit back and relax and think, I'm getting married to a foreigner. What do I need answers to? At the moment, this video might not seem important to you, but sweetheart, let me tell you, it's important, because we have seen cases of Ghanaians, Nigerian, or ladies from different countries getting married to guys from other countries, and quite a number of them called it quits. Why? Because they couldn't continue with the way of living. There was just a clash in their traditional beliefs, in their cultural beliefs, in their way of life, because this person is coming with his own lifestyle that is different from what you as an individual is used to, has been your way of living. And unfortunately, you were just blindsided by love, so that you did not know that after the marriage or the wedding ceremony, it's down to the real deal. And some of them just got suffocated and couldn't continue with the journey. I'm not just saying only the ladies, even the guys, it just felt like they were choking. And we've seen cases. Now, this is another question. If you get married to me as a Ghanaian lady, are you going to end up marrying a Nigerian lady, because some people just feel that, okay, I've married a Ghana lady or I've married a foreigner, so I need to marry a woman from my own country to complete me and all of that. So these are the things we are talking about. You need to ask these questions so that it won't be a case of if I had known. So guys, ladies, this is an expo from your Nigerian sister to her Ghanaian sister. So I'm telling you guys so that you will not say that you were not informed. Sweetheart, you have been informed by this Nigerian lady about possible questions that you need to ask that Nigerian guy you are dating, because I see a lot of you are getting married to Nigerian guys, and of course I am pro intertribal marriage. As a matter of fact, I'm in an intertribal marriage, so I am pro intertribal and I am pro interracial, and I feel that if it is worth it, then it is worth it to the end. So guys, thank you for watching this video with me, and don't forget that if you have a sister, a friend, a colleague, this is the video that she needs to be watching, especially if she's considering getting married to my Nigerian brother. So don't forget that this is Obinje. And I talk about living here in Ghana, my experience, all of that. So if you're just seeing it for the first time, or you did enjoy today's video, don't forget to subscribe to this channel, turn on your post notification, give this video a thumbs up, and I will see you another beautiful day. Bye.